Yazoo City. Even the name hangs in the air like a whisper. This Mississippi town, nestled on the banks of the Yazoo River, has a history as rich as the soil itself. Founded in 1824, it thrived as a bustling port. Cotton was king. Steamboats churned the muddy waters, but beneath the surface of prosperity, darkness lurked. Yazoo City held secrets, stories whispered from generation to generation. One story in particular refused to be forgotten. In today's episode, we will be looking into the chilling tale of the Witch of Yazoo. The grave is simple, marked only by a nameless, weathered headstone, but it is the iron chains, heavy and rusted, that truly unnerve. They encircle the grave, pulled taut as if straining to contain something, or someone. The chains are old, eaten away by time and the elements, but their purpose is clear: to bind, to restrain, to prevent something from breaking free. The townsfolk avoid this grave. They speak of it in hushed tones, if they speak of it at all. Children, their imaginations running wild, spin tales of the witch who lies beneath. They dare each other to approach it, to touch the chains, to feel the chill that emanates from the cold, hard ground. But few dares are accepted. For the legend of the Witch of Yazoo is not a tale to be trifled with. It is a story woven into the very fabric of the town, a story of betrayal, revenge, and a curse that has haunted Yazoo City for generations. The details of her life are shrouded in mystery, lost to time and the whispers of the wind through the cypress trees. Some say she was a healer, a woman of the woods who knew the secrets of herbs and potions. Others claim she was a temptress, a siren who lured unsuspecting men to their doom. But all agree on one thing: she possessed a power, a darkness that set her apart from all others. The Yazoo River was her domain. It was there, they say, that she cast her spells. Fishermen, drawn in by her beauty, would lose themselves in her gaze. They would follow her into the swamps, their minds clouded by her enchantments. None who did were ever seen alive again. Their boats would be found adrift on the murky water, their nets torn and empty, and the legend of the witch grew. Her reign of terror couldn't last forever. The townspeople, driven by fear and anger, finally captured her. They bound her with chains, dragged her through the streets, and imprisoned her in the deepest, darkest corner of their jail. But even as they locked her away, they could see the hatred in her eyes, and they heard her curse, a chilling promise whispered through the bars. In 20 years their city would burn, consumed by flames as surely as the torches that lit their nights. They scoffed at her words, dismissing them as the ravings of a madwoman. They buried her in an unmarked grave, believing they had silenced her forever. But the chains, heavy and unyielding, hinted at their lingering fear. They knew deep down that the Witch of Yazoo was not easily contained, and they waited with a mixture of dread and anticipation for the day their city would burn. The fire came on a day like any other. It was May 22, 1904, exactly 20 years to the day that the witch whispered her curse to the townspeople. The sun beat down on Yazoo City, and a strange wind whipped through the streets. It was a restless wind, hot and dry, carrying with it the scent of pine needles and something else, something unsettling, like the breath of a furnace. By midday, the sky was choked with smoke. Flames danced from building to building, devouring everything in their path. The townspeople fought desperately, but the fire was relentless, fueled by the dry wood and driven by the relentless wind. When the smoke finally cleared, Yazoo City was in ruins. Over 200 buildings lay in ashes, the heart of the town reduced to smoldering rubble. Broken chains, a testament to the witch's fury. In the aftermath of the fire, as the townspeople picked through the charred remnants of their lives, a chilling discovery was made. They ventured to Glenwood Cemetery, drawn by a morbid curiosity, and what they found sent shivers down their spines. The grave of the Witch of Yazoo, the one they had tried so hard to forget, was undisturbed. But the chains, the heavy iron chains that had bound her in both life and death, were broken. They lay on the ground, twisted and broken, as if snapped by an unimaginable force. The townsfolk stared at the broken chains, their blood turning to ice. Had the fire, a fire unlike any they had ever seen, been her doing? Had the witch in her fury reached out from beyond the grave to unleash her vengeance upon them? Whispers from the grave, keeping the legend alive. The fire of 1904 became a turning point in the story of the Witch of Yazoo. It transformed her from a local legend into a cautionary tale, a reminder of the darkness that lurked beneath the surface of their lives. The story, passed down through generations, took on a life of its own. It became a part of the town's identity, whispered in hushed tones around campfires and recounted in detail on late-night ghost tours. Today, the grave in Glenwood Cemetery remains a popular destination. Tourists and locals alike come to pay their respects, to feel the weight of the legend and to marvel at the broken chains. They leave offerings of flowers and trinkets, hoping to appease the witch's restless spirit. And the tour guides, their voices dropping to a reverent whisper, spin tales of her life, her death, and the curse that continues to haunt Yazoo City to this day. Unseen hands and unexplained events. Over the years there have been countless stories of strange and unsettling occurrences at the grave. Visitors have reported feeling a sudden chill, a prickling sensation on the back of their necks, as if they are being watched by unseen eyes. Cameras malfunction, batteries draining inexplicably, as if the very air is charged with an unknown energy. And some, the bravest, or perhaps the most foolish, claim to have heard her voice, a mournful wail carried on the wind whispering of vengeance and despair. One phenomenon, in particular, has sent chills down the spines of even the most skeptical visitors. On occasion, fresh flowers carefully arranged and radiating a sweet perfume are found placed upon the grave. There are never any footprints leading to or from the site, no sign of who might have left them, a ghostly offering from an unseen hand. The Chains of Fate. A city awaits her return. The legend of the Witch of Yazoo is more than just a ghost story. It is a cautionary tale, a reminder of the power of belief and the consequences of underestimating the unseen forces that shape our lives. And at the heart of it all lies the unanswered question: what will happen when all the chains break again? Local lore whispers that the witch's return is inevitable. With each broken chain, her power grows, her grip on the town tightening. Some believe that when the last link snaps, she will rise again, her fury unleashed upon the descendants of those who imprisoned her. Others believe that her spirit is already among them, whispering on the wind, watching from the shadows, waiting for the opportune moment to exact her revenge. Whether the legend is true or simply a figment of a community's collective imagination is almost irrelevant. The fear is real, the chains are breaking, and Yazoo City waits. This concludes today's episode of the Paranormal Report. If you enjoyed today's episode, please give us a thumbs up, and consider subscribing to our channel. It is due to your continued viewership and support that we are able to bring you interesting and informative videos like this. The team here at the Paranormal Report really appreciates your support.